What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Can Outdoors. I got a quick video for you. I've made some changes to my kayak since my last setup video. As you can see, my rod holder setup, I just made this a little over a week ago, and I made it out of Schedule 40 PVC pipes, 1 inch to 1.5 inch, and I made 4 rod holders here. The reason it's designed like this was not intentional. It was because they didn't have the pieces that I needed to make it the way I wanted. I was going to put 5 of these going straight across to make 5 rod holders, but they didn't have enough of them. They only had 2, and I tried like 6 different stores, so they're hard to find. So I got 2 of those, and then I did happen to find a whole bunch of these tees, sanitary tees. So I put one here and one here with a little spacer, and I did the same on the other side, and I think it turned out great. Let me know what you guys think. I think it looks awesome. It's spray painted with Krylon any surface. It's I forget the name of it, but it's expensive. It's like $7 a can, but it's totally worth it. You can even paint plastic with it. Like you can see, I painted the PVC. You can scratch it, but it's actually really hard to scratch it. You have to hit it with something pretty hard. But that's the best stuff I found to paint like PVC or any other kind of plastic. I made this camera mount pole, and in a few minutes I'm going to put you guys on here and take you out on my pond and see if I can catch a fish real quick before the wind picks back up. It's been really windy the past few days. I had a tournament on Saturday, and it was just so windy and the fish weren't biting. I caught 2 fish and was only able to measure one of them. The other one got off, and I'll tell you that story later, but it's kind of funny. But they were both about 12 inches. The one that I ended up with was 12.5, not very big. The top guy got, I think, 53 or 54 inches total. So some guys did pretty good, but they were on different lakes, so I picked the wrong one, I guess. Anyway, I had a ton of fun. At least I caught a fish. That's always a good thing. I got a new, well, not new, my first fish finder. It's a Garmin. It's a Garmin Striker Plus 7 SV. It has down imaging, clear view down imaging, traditional sonar. It has side view. I really like it. I've only played around with it a little bit, but it definitely seems like a really good unit. I made this out of wood, as you can tell, to put my fish finder on, because I did have it right here, and my paddle was just coming so close to hitting it. I didn't like it. Plus, I had to look off to the side, and right here, I've seen quite a few guys put theirs right in front of them, and I think I'm going to like this. I just put that on there yesterday, so we'll see how that turns out. Up here, I did the same thing I did in the back with PVC. This is just a bar that goes across. This is for another camera mount for when I get a second camera. And, of course, I got my battery box up here that powers my Garmin unit. And then you see all that wiring there. That goes to the transducer. And this is my transducer arm. It sits a couple inches lower than the boat, but where I have it right now, it's barely touching the ground because there's a lump back there. So this pin right here holds this arm on, so I can actually take this off, and I can even tip it up if I need to, but that's pretty handy. I just put a twist tie on there to hold my wire. All this is temporary. I'm going to figure out a better way of doing it. I did make a bunch of these, and I got that on video, so I'll show you guys how to make those. They're pretty cool. That's actually a weed eater line. You wrap it around a wooden dowel, you boil it to heat it up, and then you freeze it for about 15 minutes after boiling it for about 15 minutes, and you end up with that curly looking thing that stretches so you don't lose stuff. So I got my measuring board on one. I made another one that I wrapped with or fed a, I think that's just the core. Yeah, it's just the core of the paracord. I took all the inside wire out and then fed this the outer covering around that. That was pretty time consuming, but I did that so I can keep my paddle on one and I don't have that big wiry looking thing on me. Anyway guys, I'm going to get out here and see if I can catch a fish for you on video, because I feel bad that I haven't gotten any good footage lately, so I think I can catch one. We're going to go see. We're going to try out the Garmin on this pond. The deepest spot on this pond is only like 5 feet, so the Garmin may not work very good out here, so we'll see how it works. I don't know how well it's going to work on this shallow water, but we're going to try it out. I'll be right back. Good one. Pulling it. Not bad. Alright guys, there's pizza in the house. I'm gonna go get some. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, before I go, this is a $1 spinnerbait from Walmart in that bin that they always keep on the bottom. Dude, this thing has caught more big bass than any other bait I've ever used in my life. That's why I bought a bunch of them. This color, black and yellow, Colorado blade. That same hook right there has been going for 3 years. Never had to sharpen it, never had to hook set. They just chomp on it, and I got them. One or two up by the shore there. There's one. There's a nice shadow.